hit his eye. Phineas Gilmore, here to tell you if your wife ever left you and if your children are yours. Welcome all you naysayers, ne'er-do-wells, you nonsensical looking for just a sense of sensibility. The NBA is fixed, like it or not, it is. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but it's fixed. It's a sham. It's made up. And I don't watch the NBA, but yet I can tell you guys who wins and why they win, you know? It's fixed. That's all that's to it. So let's get into, I didn't sing a song. Let me see. The ink is black, the page is white. Together we learn to read and write. How many of you guys know that song? Beautiful sight. How many of you guys know that song? That is definitely aging me. That's it. That's definitely letting you guys know I'm an old dude. I'm 49. So, but that was some good writing. I don't even know who sings that song. I'm just gonna tell you guys. All right, let's get into some. I'm gonna listen. This is from NBA highlights. This is just let me see. It's on YouTube. So this came out on the 22nd. I think that's today. So let's listen.
Well, Dan Gilbert apparently made a commitment to LeBron James that he would pay whatever it costs to win a championship. They got it a couple of years ago. Now they have sent Kyrie Irving to Cleveland. And guys, there's still a lot of salary cap issues here, Sekou, and LeBron James has the ability to be a free agent next year. That's going to be the big elephant in the room all year.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Okay, let's look at the lineup who they're talking about. They're talking about LeBron James. They're talking about Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Love, Smith, Thompson, Tristan Thompson. Let's see, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, and Crowder. Okay, so this is the lineup that they have. Yeah, it's the 6 people that they're showing here. All right, let's listen to some more.
Issue so much as they are situations you're going to have to deal with, but you're going into it prepared. You know, I think the real linchpin of this entire deal is that 2018 draft pick.
Yeah,
if you're Cleveland, this deal can't happen without that security on the back end of this.
Yeah.
Because not only is LeBron a potential free agent,
yeah,
you know, Isaiah Thomas is potentially, you know, off this roster at some point.
Okay, you hear that? They said Isaiah Thomas potentially off the roster at some point. I told you guys, when they made this Isaiah Thomas, Kyrie Irving trade, when they first started talking about it, I was like, it doesn't make sense. And I'm just going to throw this out there and say it again. You know, I still believe that Cleveland's going to win. You know, one of my subscribers said yesterday, they said not. Cleveland's not going to win because, let's see, who is it? Radius Jordan. What's up, homeboy? Radius said that they're not going to win. He says he's a huge LeBron fan, but it's not going to happen because the Warriors are too strong. Well, you got to understand whenever you have a juggernaut, you know, in the game, in any game, you're always looking at who has the ability to knock them off. You know, who has the potential to create the ability to knock them off. Now, even though Cleveland has some salary caps, Cleveland is still moving around some numbers. But you got to understand, Cleveland is the only team right now who has the ability to knock them off, even though they got slaughtered. I mean, it looks so far-fetched right now for any team to come out of nowhere. Who's going to do what? The Spurs? No, nobody's going to do anything unless there's some serious salary cap issues, some serious, you know, moving around some peoples, moving around some numbers. Sanchez says he says, look, the Cavs are going to get Dwayne Wade. You know what I'm saying? I said this before, that Dwayne Wade and LeBron still want to play with each other. You know what I'm saying? They're homeboys. Like they didn't have a falling out when LeBron left. LeBron left because when he left Miami, he left because he was supposed to leave. You know, he's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go win one for for Cleveland, my hometown, and bring them up. He did what he was scheduled to do. People, you know what I'm saying? Dwayne Wade, LeBron, they're probably gonna leave the league together almost. Well within the same within 2 years apart. They're probably gonna leave because D Wade's 35. He's happy. He's almost done, but he wouldn't mind having another ring. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody complaining in D Wade's camp. They're not like, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. No, he had a long career. He's getting his money. So you guys gotta understand, this is all fun for D Wade now. Of course there's business involved, but it's fun. He got what he wanted. He's successful. He's got a beautiful wife, great kids. He's good. But if he can get himself another ring, yeah, he's gonna make his way to the Cavs. Making my way back to you, babe, with a burning love inside. Get away, do, another day. But you gotta understand, these guys are just having fun in the league. This is why I tell you that it's fixed. It's not like back in the day when Julius, Irving played on one team. It was the 76ers and that was that. You're not going to see that anymore. It's shuffleboard now. Let's listen to some more of this report.
Next summer. So you need to have something that you can hold as a piece to build on. And having an unprotected pick gives you at least the promise of what that could be in next summer's draft.
And maybe you even use that 2018 first round pick that belongs to the Nets to improve yourself before this trade deadline.
Look, one of the big things Boston came out of this was financially they came out on the better end of this deal because they got Kyrie for 2 years. The money's locked in. It's great money considering where the dollars are right now for an all-star point guard the way he is. So for 2 years, you can try to convince him why he should sign and come back for many more years. On the other hand, if Boston didn't do this deal, they would have to face the music with Isaiah Thomas. How much would you be willing to pay this size guard? He's an all-star. But how many years would you commit to him at what kind of money?
On the wrong side of 30.
That's not their problem anymore. Now it shifts over to the Cavaliers.
The other part about this for Cleveland, I think that we shouldn't overlook is the luxury tax savings that they have now by making this deal. We're not talking about gas money here. We're talking in upwards of $29 million in luxury tax savings by making this deal because you move around Kyrie's big contract, it's not there anymore. Isaiah Thomas, like I said, off the books technically next summer, gives you a lot more flexibility depending on.
All right, let's look at this, what he's saying. Okay, let's look at the future of Cleveland. Everything Cleveland does is based around what LeBron James does. That's just it. Excuse me. Everything the NBA does is based around what LeBron James does. That's it. And some of you guys might be like, that's not true. Well, who else is a bigger threat to the NBA champions last year than LeBron James himself? Statistically. Just who else? What other one person in a whole NBA is a bigger threat, no matter what team he goes to in the NBA than anyone? What one person influences any team that he goes to in statistics to where the team catapults itself from non-existence into playoff contention? There is not one other person who can do that. And don't say Steph Curry, because you can shut Steph Curry down, and they proved that within the last championship games. Steph Curry is pretty much one-dimensional to me. Yeah, he's the greatest three-point shooter, that there is. Well, he's probably that there is. But you can shut him down, and don't say KD, because we all know you can shut Kevin Durant down. And that's just that. So everything the NBA does is pretty much around what King James does. Now, you got to look at this. When King James leaves next year and goes to either LA or New York, I'm going to say New York, and then he might end up on LA at some time. He's already talking to LA. But nonetheless, I've always said it, at least for the last year. He's going to go to New York. Why? Because one of his older buddies plays for the Knicks. And this whole trade factor, this whole first round draft pick Cleveland is getting from the Knicks, they're trying to get that because they're trying to stay in contention. That money is good right now in Cleveland. They're trying to stay in somewhat playoff contention, is what they're doing when King James leaves. That's the whole modus operandi. And maybe even comes back, spends one last year with them. Who knows? I'm just saying we have to look at this holistically and in the future, down the road, and say, what is LeBron James going to do? Well, what he's going to do is he's going to try to win another ring this year. Win or lose or draw, he's going to leave. He's either going to go to New York or LA. He's going to play with Carmelo. He's going to take Dwayne Wade with him. Trust me, they're going to hook up and be on another team. And nobody should be surprised about that. And it wouldn't surprise me as Chris Bosh all of a sudden got a pass and was able to come back in there somewhere. And boom, you have the big four again, four old guys who are stomping the heck out of all these, Ball brothers and all those guys. Just putting them, just stomping the crap out of them and making them look stupid because they have a rhythm together in a court sense, and just they're marinated in the sport to where you can't, even if you try to defend them, you're going to be looking stupid. Your whole game is going to be pure run the court. Try to run them down. Try to make them tired because they're old. And then that's not going to help you. Because not only are they old, but they're strong. And they're stronger than a lot of you. They're mentally strong and they're physically strong. So don't be surprised if next thing you know, New York just comes out of nowhere and then starts kicking people's behind within the next, 2-3 years. So it's your boy Tone 202. Cleveland, I still think they win this year, but let's really look at the future, people. And I'm telling you, once LeBron leaves, he's going to get a ring with another team. And that's just how I feel about it. It's your boy Tone 202, man. Hey, man, God loves you. Get yourself saved. Find yourself some good people to be around. God loves you. I'm out. I think I'm out. Yeah. I'm out.